guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, then my name is Jess and this is Wearethemiller-kirkpatricks. We are a lifestyle, hopefully soon travel, vloggy type channel where we do content, where we do food content, we do lifestyle content, we do weekly vlogs. So if you think that's something that you want to see more of, then please consider subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. So on today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make a Slimming World pizza. It is super simple, super easy. I've been doing this recipe for years now and I really enjoy it. Stuart loves it, so it's one of those things that I don't do very often, but we do love having it. So I just thought I would bring you along and you can see the recipe and maybe try it out for yourself. It is so simple, guys. All you're going to need for this recipe is a white bread mix. I've got some Italian style herb seasoning just to grate on top. I've got some tomato puree for the tomato base and some cheese. Obviously then you can put whatever toppings you want and we'll show you ours later, but you can then make it however you want to. So I use the bread mix because A, it's got everything in it, all your yeast, everything like that, and B, it's super cheap and easy to make. This bread mix will then do 8 portions of dough. I freeze the dough as well so that I can get it out whenever I need to. So this one packet will do 8 dinners for me and Stuart, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to set the camera up on the tripod and then I'm going to talk you through. Right, so these bread mixes are super simple to make. All you do is add some water, basically some warm water. Now, when I first started doing this, I did used to do it by hand. I'd get a bowl and do it all by hand. And there's packet instructions on the back that you just need to follow. They're really simple. But I've got a bread maker now, so all I'm going to do is put this in and make some bread dough. The bread maker does normally cook it as well, but I'm just going to put it on the dough setting, which I'll show you anyway, and leave it to do its thing for a couple of hours, and then I'll come back, roll it out a little bit and show you what we do next. So I've got the bread maker set up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to pour in this packet of the bread mix. And you can choose whatever bread mix you want. I just went for a white bread mix, but you could get a ciabatta to make a bit more of a crispier loaf of the bottom of the base. You could get some cheese and onion or any kind of bread mix you want. That's the base you're going to have. So go wild. So I'm just pouring that into there, all in, and then I'm going to choose, I'll show you, one here, I'm going to choose the eighth setting because that's the dough mixture, and it says about an hour and a half, so that's perfect. So I'm going to start it, and then you can hear it turning. And I'll try and show you if I can. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dribble the warm water in. Just to try and make sure that every edge has got some. And then all you have to do is then close the lid. It is literally as simple as that. So this mixture asked for 320 ml of warm water. That's what I've done. So I'm just going to close the lid and let the bread mixer do its job. The bread maker is finished doing, and this is what, just took the inside out, and this is what the dough looks like. So it's really sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to put loads of flour on my surface, give it a mix, let it get less sticky because it'll be really sticky, and give it a mix. Then I'm going to split it into 8 portions. Now the portions might look really small, however when you roll them and stretch them they do get bigger, and actually on Slimming World that will be your B choice. If you know Slimming World then you know what I'm on about, but 1 portion of this will be your 1B choice. So perfect. So I've literally just got some plain flour. I'm going to put that on my surface, keep a bit back, spread it out a bit, and then it shouldn't be too hard to come out. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of a jiggle, You can see it coming. Just needs a little bit of a, you can see how light, like how airy that is. Smells like beer. So the yeast is obviously really clearly wet. It's still warm. And just a little bit sticky. So as you can see, there's loads left in that. There's loads of bread mix in the bottom of that. So it's not, it doesn't always mix it amazing, but better than me mixing it by hand. So roll it and knead it for a little bit. Cut it in half. Cut it in half again, and then cut each of them into half. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these, 6 of them, in the freezer. They freeze really well. I just put them in a little bag, tie them up really tightly. I leave them to go a little bit colder first before I put them in. They're not roasting, but I leave them to go proper cold. And then I put them in the freezer. They just defrost naturally. They defrost really quickly. About an hour takes to defrost, so if that, half an hour. Or you can obviously put them in the fridge and let them defrost overnight, things like that. But they work really well from frozen as well. So I'm going to keep 2 out, and then I'm going to put 6 in the freezer. So I've bagged everything up. I'm just going to clean the side. So I'm just going to firstly use my dustpan and brush to try and sweep off as much as I can before then spraying it and disinfecting it all, just because I find that this works the best way. And then on this I'm just going to use some Astonish. I like this cleaning spray. Smells nice as well. But I'm just going to spray loads of that on, because obviously my dustpan's been on it. I don't want any kind of bacteria or germs that have been from my dustpan on my kitchen work surfaces. Right, so I'm ready to roll out the pizzas now. So what I've done is I've got a sheet of baking paper, parchment paper, whatever you want to call it, down just to help it not stick. And then what you can see is you can see how much these have proved, even just being out on the side, so they're full of air. So what I'm going to just literally do is get some flour, sprinkle it on here. Don't need too much. And then all I'm going to do is open a bag, and plop it on top of the flour. I'm going to just do it as I'm going to roll and stretch at the same time. So as I'm rolling, I'm just tugging and pulling on the rolling pin. Right, so what I've got now is I've got a little bowl. I've got the tomato puree, and I've got my Italian style seasoning. And what I'm going to do is put a good couple of tablespoons into this little pot. Sprinkle a good amount of this in it. That's just going to help give it a little bit more flavour. Give it a bit more of that pizzery flavour. I'm just going to get the pizzas and then literally just spread it on. Just going to use the back of the spoon because that's what's easiest. So I've just got some mild cheese. And obviously, for this to be Slimming World, it needs to be within your daily cheese allowance, so 60 grams. But I'm just going to sprinkle some on. Stuart's not a massive fan of cheese, so I never try to put too much on for him. So this is what the pizzas look like with just the cheese on them. They're looking really good. So these are what the pizzas look like once I've got all their toppings on. Obviously, like I've said, you can put whatever toppings you want on, but these are just what we fancy tonight. So I'm just going to bang them in the oven and see how they come out. So I put the pizzas in on pizza trays, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them in for about 6-7 minutes. This is what they look like, guys, out the oven. So the cheese, it's gone all nice and melty. That one's Stuart's. So we're just going to dish them up. Done some chips with Stuart's. I didn't fancy any in the end, and I'm just going to dish them up now. So I'm really pleased. They're better for you, and they're really good. So I just thought I'd show you what they look like dished up. So that one's mine. That one's Stuart's. And I've just done a bowl of chips with Stuart's. I forgot to end the video off, guys, but the pizzas were really, really good. So if you've enjoyed this video, you want to see more like this, or you want other Slimming World recipes, then please just let me know. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. Please consider giving us a subscribe and liking if you have enjoyed it. And bye, guys. I'll see you in the next one.